Hello, Prithu. Don't forget, let me know the info, credentials, where you are, how old you are, gender, all that. India, 32 male. Thank you. Must be very early in the morning. What are you doing up so late? Must be what? 5 o'clock in the morning? 4:29. Huh. Oh, you're working on shift. Okay, good. Zoltan says, hello, Meran from South Africa, says male and age. Zoltan spoke a lot on my old account, Mr. Consistency. Oh, yeah, okay. How's the tea? Well, I don't have a real tea in this. I have water. You know, I wanted to quickly get on before 4 o'clock so I could spend an hour, maximum an hour with you guys, and then go for a walk and then do other things. Still got to go do some shopping for groceries and things, and still got to do laundry and got to vacuum the place, carpets and things, and lots of things that I have to do. I've been neglecting it since I've been busy with other things, but gotta, do what needs to be done. All right. So 1 hour with you guys, at least I wouldn't, I would do something positive before I go for a walk. Zoltan is 29. Okay, thank you for that. So it's an unannounced, unscheduled live stream. Not sure how many people will show up. Nevertheless, we do what we can. And the deep diver says, hello, Meran. Do you believe in telepathy in relationship? I need a little bit more detail on that because it could be spooky. Telepathy in relationship. What context are you talking about? Like, you knew someone before and you're thinking of her and she's thinking of you. And then you guys find out that, yeah, you were both thinking of each other at the same time. Yeah, these things definitely, can happen. Um, I remember in university, I was in a relationship with my girlfriend, and she was from Japan. And we were quite in love. And she finished her program and had to go back to Japan. So we naturally missed each other on a daily basis and so on. So we decided, and I was very heavily involved in meditation and so on, and I'd introduced it to her. So I suggested at a certain hour, a certain time, that it would be both same time and space, whether it was in the States or in Japan. We will synchronize the time, and at exact same time, we will both sit down in our own homes where we are, and then we would put each other's picture in front of us, And then we would focus on that picture and on the presence of ours, and we send energy to each other. So, but because I was going to try something to see how it works, I asked her that I will just do this and you just see if you feel it rather than both doing it at the same time. And sure enough, she said definitely she was feeling the energy flowing through her. And it was an interesting experience that proved that the energy in the universe is constantly flowing. And if you could tap into it, you can send your energy alongside. It's like piggybacking that signal because it's always distributing. This energy is flowing from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe. All you have to do is just align yourself with it and extend that positive, loving energy to someone that you want to, affect their days positively, or have a certain kind of a connection in that way. So, yes, the short of the long is that yes, I do believe in that sort of a connection. You call it telepathy or whatever you want to call it. The emotion reaches far beyond the physical appearances. In most cases, you feel people's energy and intention, and you get to know them through the energy that they're exuding, whether they know it or not, better than the words, through the words that they're exchanging with you and what they say. Hmm? They could be saying all kind of things, but their energy um, will disclose certain things that they wouldn't normally be trying to broadcast that. But you can figure it. If you're in tuned in understanding the quality of the energy, you can simply feel that person's intention, energy, um, positivity, negative intentions. You can feel them. Haven't you noticed that when you're talking to someone and you don't want to get closer than a certain distance? Hmm? You feel uncomfortable when that barrier is broken, like their energy is not comfortable, not safe, not in line, not resonating the same level. But then there are some people that you can be like pretty much face to face and still feel calm and relaxed and secure and so on. And mostly children have this effect of a very good energy. So you can be close to them when you talk and there is no negativity from them. Yeah. But adults, having gone through life and having changed their natural spirit and alignment with the nature's energy, they've come up with all kinds of impurities and negativities. You can feel that if you're trained in that school. So, how's the sound, guys? You hear me okay? Deep diver says yes. Mhm. And Prithu says, sir, I have been I have seen my question about being feeling old doing PhD has been uploaded. Kindly do not mention my name in the video. I might feel embarrassed. Is your name mentioned? Oh, well, too late for that. Because because whenever you guys are here, it's a public forum. Yeah, there's no privacy here. So you can't ask me that, and I can't comply because that's for the benefit of everybody. Unless you have a special private meeting with me, yeah, that's for sure. That's how it happens. But you won't be embarrassed. That's a question that everybody has. So you're doing him a service. Don't worry about it. Um, Zoltan says, thanks for all you do. We need more people like you. Please keep safe and stay well. Thank you very much, Zoltan. I'll do my best. A deep diver says, what about you? Did you feel anything? Well, obviously, I was sending, yeah. So it was me trying to see if she could feel it. It wasn't two way, just one way. The fact that she could, that's, you know. But many other exercises that we had in our trainings in Aikido made that very clear that yes, we can feel the sender's energy because we had many exercises in the dojo on that to learn that. And the deep diver says, wow, I'm impressed. You just confirmed what I thought, every word you said. Okay, good. Slobodan says, hello, Mehran 21 Belgrade. Thank you for that. Deep diver says, it sounds great. Slobodan Milicic says, I send you a really specific message on Instagram. I hope you will read it. I will die from sadness. No, Slobodan, guys, don't put me in a bind because I feel for all of you. And if you keep bringing anxiety to me that you're going to die, you're going to do something weird, you're going to do harm yourself, that's not good. I'm so far away, I can't do anything for you. You have a problem, you got to go to your psychologist, psychotherapist, or a doctor, or a hospital, or emergency room. But creating this kind of an anxiety for me is unfair because I can only help you through my videos and live discussions. But don't create that urgency in me because I really can't do anything from here. And please watch the videos and so on and help yourself to kick into a different energy level and get yourself out of the sadness or whatever it is that is affecting you. And again, please remember that whatever you write here is not private. And I cannot, create a privacy for you here. Whatever you put here belongs to me. And the answers I give belongs to me. And I can use it, will use it in trims because it's already public here. So later on, when I cut it in, put it somewhere, don't expect me to now uh, custom tailor, make it that your name is not there or whatnot. It's part of the whole thing in here for everybody's benefit. So I hope you guys understand. Two by says, sir, when HOC, we are not talking about OCD or HOCD here today. It's all about breakups and relationships. If you look at the title, it says breakups and relationship matters today only. So different times, different live streams will have different, titles, and then of course we can attend to it. And Prito says, Prito, did you understand the message I gave you right now regarding taking your name out of that? I can't do that. It's already part of the thing, and it's part of the whole presentation, and people would know it's a human being who has this question, and most people have the same question, especially students. So I hope you understand that. Prito says, sir, is it possible to become your own psychotherapist and solve? Yes, it is. That's the whole intention. That's the whole intention. That you should be able to go inside your own psyche and analyze for yourself, understand the roots of the problems, and to be able to help yourself through your knowledge about the movement of mind, movement of the psyche, and through knowledge, you learn from psychologists, psychotherapists, books, you research neuroscience and philosophies from 1,000 years ago. You learn about how this is put together. Then you become, as best as you can, the mechanic of your own machine. You help yourself. Slobodan says, sorry, Marin. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know, Slobodan. It's just that, no, no, of course not. I understand that. But I care about you guys. Just imagine if you care about a family member, someone that you love and you respect or care, and you're far away from them, and you have created this feeling of you want them all to be well and safe. And then that person, or many of them, constantly, instead of just discussing issues and how to resolve it, they give you a certain kind of a anxiety feeling by saying, I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to die. I don't know what to do. And you're far away, and you get really riled up. What can I do for him? I can't do anything. So it affects my own well being, and I become sad because I feel my hands are tied. He's supposed to go to a hospital, he's supposed to go to a psychotherapist or a doctor. Why is he creating this danger, at least in my mind, because I believe everything you guys say. So, Prithu, you haven't responded to my information to you. And Deep Diver says, have you ever experienced a deep spiritual connection with anyone? Spiritual connection with anyone? Your spiritual connection is with the universe, with nature. And in that way, you're connecting with almost anyone that you focus on that is important to you. But looking for that is trying to make something more than what that something is. Don't create these mysticism in your relationship. Just be at the best you can be and see how you guys are getting along and are compatible and whatnot. And that's it. Don't make it a divine connection and deity, because we're all human beings. And when you guys feel different about each other, or for one reason or another, you switch your interests or you change, then you become devastated. Why? Because you had made a goddess out of this girl for no reason. A spiritual connection. There's no such thing. There's really no such thing that you want to make something out of it. No, no, stop this. Just go day by day, see how she behaves, and you be at your best behavior for her, and then see how it goes. um Kid Indy says, my ex suggested friendship. I told her no, I have enough friends. Good idea. Nova says, hello Miran, and all in rare Sunday stream. Yeah, that's right. Slobodan says, I would be cool. Okay, good. Yeah, good. And he says, but I was not so okay. Slobodan says, love you, man. I love you too. Take good care of yourself. That's how you guys show your love to me, by taking good care of yourself, physically and mentally. Atif says, hi, Miran, 38, male, New York City. I'm moving into a neighborhood where my ex lived. Yeah, you told me. The new job you got, right? For my new job. Oh, there you go. I get reminded of her, but feel I will create my own new memories there. That's my boy. You cannot constantly cut a certain portion of the, a physical environment that you live in, like the city or the country or the world. Let's imagine if you got like what, 20 different relationships, and each have certain memories in certain part of town. So pretty soon you're out of town because you got to go somewhere else. Every part of it reminds you of somebody. No, there is a saying in Farsi, uh, Persian, the old Persian thing says, wash love with love. So wash the old love with the new love. Don't have to be so loyal to the love, a relationship that didn't work out, doesn't work. You tried, didn't work out, and it's no longer there. So no sense creating that illusion. Prithu says, I have improved a lot from your videos. I share your knowledge with my friends and my girlfriend. She loves your teachings. I feel like my own dad is taking talking to me while I listen to you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Prithu says, my dad expired when I was. Oh, so sorry to hear that, dear. And you did hear that I said everything you guys say here, I will use it in different trims. Your name's gonna be there. I'm not gonna censor anything, cut anything out. It's just a natural way, as it is here. You know, if you're not censoring anything here, cutting anything out here, then we don't cut it there either. So you guys know. And Liamis ISK has is the unit of money, which I don't understand what it is, but in any case, it's Lithuania. Lithuania. So 3,000 ISK. He has donated to Super Chat, and I appreciate that. And he says, Male 26, around New Year's, I had time due to breakup, losing job, etc. I had bad time due to breakup, losing job, etc. At that time, you were doing YouTube live every night. It helped me a lot. Now I feel the best in my life, and just want to say thank you. Oh, delighted to hear that. Delighted to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Yes, at that time, I remember it was, I think it was a year or so ago, the pandemic, I think it was, and I was doing, or was it not pandemic? I just started doing that. I was doing it every night because I wanted to be there for people who are going through all kind of things, including the pandemic. And glad that it was a time that could be helpful to you. I appreciate you helping the channel, and at the same time, I appreciate that you shared your experience. And I'm glad that you feel good, you feel happy. Remember, your happiness is in your hands, is not dependent on a relationship or good job or things. You can strive your best for a good job, for a relationship, and all that. That's a given. But if you don't have a good job, but as long as you're making effort, that should be your happiness. When you get the job, even more happiness. But don't wait for a result to bring you happiness. The effort in achieving or accomplishing whatever it is that you set out to accomplish should be your focal point for bringing that energy and happiness and motivation and continuation and striving for accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. And Prithu says, okay, say, I get you. Okay, good. Thank you. Atif says, wish love, wash love with love. I remember that. Yes, Atif. Good. Molasses M says, hey, Meran, 25, male, USA. Ex came back after 2 years, in which she dated a guy right after the breakup. Came back to me a month after their breakup, and it was solely out of boredom. I let her back so easily, and I've already been trashed aside. Well, don't call it, don't label it trashed or anything. her intention was to bring herself back up and used you to step up and feel good about herself, and so be it. I'm sure if you didn't have pleasure, you wouldn't have accepted it back. It probably helped you in a way. And now you are clear that what you were really hoping for or missing for after she left you the first time, it wasn't that hot. It wasn't that really worthy because you got her back and you could see what she was all about. Unreliable. So now you feel even better. So, not a problem. And okay, and MS31. I remember this screen name says detrimental all deconstruct encounters they feel have the. Okay. Vivek Singh Manhas says, "Hi, Mr. Miran. You would not remember me. I have some kind of recollection about the name, but in the month of January, I was crying 5 times a day. After listening to you, it was decreased to 4 times, 4 times a month. Do you see that as an improvement? Do you need me to answer that? It's like saying I have a diarrhea, I go to the bathroom 5 times a day, but now I go to the bathroom 4 times a month. Does it not seem an improvement to you? Or did you wish to have, go to the bathroom 5 times a day? I mean, that's a problem. So I don't think you need me to answer that. It's very clear. And I'm glad that you're feeling good, strong, and back on your horse and galloping away straightforward toward the goals and things that you want to accomplish. Good for you. Delighted to hear that. And never again cry for anyone that leaves you. Hmm? Never. Um, Deep Diver says, how much should you trust your intuition in relationships? Well, sometimes if you really don't back up intuition with facts, you're going to end up creating illusory negative feelings and things about your partner, and that's not good either. So look for reality, actuality based on her actions and the actuality of her life and the way she negotiates the events that happens throughout the day between you two, and that should be your vector rather than intuition always, because intuition, we have a brain that is designed to protect us. In order to protect us, it conjures up all kind of negative stuff, and it's not going to be thinking about being fair. It's going to be thinking about, if I think negative, then I can save him from any trouble. So it starts thinking negative even though the things are not negative, because that's what you know anxiety and amygdala does to protect you. And when it goes a little bit overly, it becomes overprotection, and then it causes different kind of problems. Vivek says, got his student visa coming to BC, Canada. Ah, wonderful, wonderful. And which school you going to go to? So, Prithu says, I'm going to have green tea with honey now, just like you, internet dad. Okay, but I have no honey in this, just straight out green tea. And mind you, tonight when I go shopping, I got to buy some more green tea because the green tea that I have is not a straight up green tea. This one, I finished the one that is just green tea. This one is pomegranate green, which is pomegranate or with hints of pomegranate and cranberry. It's pretty good actually. I don't mind it. First I bought this by mistake. Like the packages were both green, and I don't know, I wasn't thinking right, and I got this other one. Then I tasted it. I didn't like it because that's I was expecting something else. So when you expect another taste of that tea, then you make a mistake and get something that is even itself tastes delicious, but your expectations makes you not like this new one. But when you're actually focusing on the new one and you don't expect that old taste or old tea, other tea, and you're ready to examine what this taste is like about, you actually like it because now I like it. When my expectation was not set for a certain thing that I was aware of already and I had an experience of it in my consciousness, then I enjoyed this a new green tea with hint of pomegranate and cranberry. But then I didn't when I thought I bought that same tea that I was used to. Pretty much the same in life in some ways. So maybe there's a lesson here for yeah. And Aman says, I have a solution for you to reach higher subscribers. Go for it. Says there is an app called Clubhouse where you get into a room with people and speak with them. It's audio call group app with people discussing. You can promote your channel by talking there. Well, you know what? I leave that up to you. If you're there and talking or participating, or you see people have these kind of questions of that what we cover in our channel, you can promote it. You can talk about it. Say, hey, listen, there's such a channel. You can go on and so on. Because I wouldn't be able to constantly go to all different places. But yeah, that's a good idea. If you're there, happen to be there, then do it by all means. MOG says, what to do when you have high ambitions and your partner does not? I'm a male and she's a female. So you continue your ambitions and let her be free to what her level of ambition is. Why would you want her to be like you? Isn't it because you actually want her to appreciate you more and you want to use your ambitiousness as a some kind of a card that you hold out and that makes you special in her eyes, but she's not doing that and you bothered by that rather than why would you want her to be so ambitious? Maybe that's her nature. Maybe that's perfect um, match that she would like to take care of a certain parts of the relationship, and maybe even it's up to her, but maybe even more domestic stuff that she's interested in, and you would be ambitious to go out and get money, make money, and bring and do your part for that relationship. And that's how it's always been in the old times, not both worked. If she wants to work, great. If she wants to be ambitious, great. If she doesn't, if you love her, if you guys, hit it off, fine, then fine. You do the finance part, the money part, the work part. She does what she can, and she also attends to home and other things that is so important for building a family and a relationship. And you appreciate what she does as much as she appreciates what you do. It doesn't have to be the same endeavor. It doesn't have to be the same path or the same way of contributing to the relationship, but they're each equally important. So don't try to make her to mimic you or be a copy of you. If you're proud of yourself, that's great. Do your duties and bring the bacon, bring the food and money to your relationship and provide for her if that's called for. If she wants to provide for herself, that's great too. If she wants to add financially, great. If she wants to contribute in a different way for the relationship or future, maybe you guys end up, I don't know, living together or whatever. It's all good. Don't be dogmatic in one way. Vivek says, Mr. Mehran, she was very beautiful, and her beauty sometimes makes me feel insecure that I won't get someone like her because I had never met someone like her in my life. Yeah, but beauty is not what you really have a relationship with. You know that. Hmm? If a woman is not careful and wise to value her beauty, should be putting it on display for everybody, and everybody and their aunt and uncle would be interested to have a little bit of a interaction with that beauty that is put out there for everyone's to enjoy. Hmm? So it's the mentality and the consciousness that you're having a relationship with. So regardless of how beautiful a woman is, if she can't hold a conversation, if she can't hold her duties, if she can't be reliable, if she doesn't have the values that you guys are compatible on and agree on, what what are you having relationship with? Hmm? Because the consciousness of the person is really what you're trying to bond with. The physical attribute is pleasure, it's lust, it's sex, it's intimacy. Yeah, we are heavily programmed for procreation, so we pay attention to the beauty and sexuality of a woman. But that is not where the relationship actually made or broken. Hmm? So you need to understand the value of beauty, but it cannot replace the foundation of the relationship. Beauty and sexual interest in a woman is not the foundation automatically, unless it's coupled with the values and the principles, the manners and morals and sense of responsibility, duty, unselfishness, dedication, and everything else that is needed for a relationship to work. Hmm? It's like saying a woman looks at the man and says, "Oh, he's very wealthy," but she can't have a relationship with the money of the person. It can maybe help her to tolerate certain things, but eventually she's looking for manners, morals, behavior, treatment, verbally, physically, everything else. That's where the relationship is. So many women who are beautiful and many men who are uh, wealthy have got married and then they've got divorced. The woman enjoyed the money and it was a plus for her, so she got married with the guy. And the man loved the way she looked and he married the girl. But why didn't it work? Because the relationship is not about being enticed and be interested or attracted physically or for physical things. It's about bonding unconsciousness, resonation of the same level of wisdom and learned level in life. Hmm? If that cannot be, if that growth cannot happen together, or at least move on the same foundation, the same direction, same platform, share same platform, it won't last much longer. How many beautiful women actresses and handsome men actors have actually got married and yet they got divorced? So again, the handsomeness of the man and the beauty of the woman is not enough to keep a marriage together, to keep a relationship together. It's all about conscience. So she was beautiful, great. You enjoyed it and you loved it, and I can't blame you. Everybody does. And we men always get bamboozled and fooled by a nice, beautiful body, breast, legs, and you know, the rest of it. But that cannot keep the relationship together, regardless of what, because what affects your mind and brain and your energy, the interaction between the two energy and the two consciousnesses, is really what makes or breaks a relationship. And that's why really it's important for the woman to be beautiful, at least in your eyes. And it's important for her, for you to be able to provide and be capability of providing. But that's not where uh, the relationship can uh, become stronger or be founded on, or you know continue in the right direction. There still could be lots of problems because it's all about relationship is all mental. At the beginning, physical and visual, but then there's a lot more that two people expect from each other. That's the part that overrides the beauty of her or the money of the guy, however it works. And it says, but do you think when I will arrive in Canada, Capilano University, that feeling will be gone? It's up to you. You're in control of valuing your life and your future versus valuing some pleasure that actually is not working for you. Because why would you want to be with a woman who doesn't want to be with you and already proved that she cannot be reliable, regardless of how beautiful she is? Remember what I always said, I don't care. This is what I said. I forgot what I said. If this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. If this beauty of her is not dedicated, is not offered to me, what do I care how beautiful she is? I want someone, yes, to be beautiful, but she wants to offer it voluntarily to me. If she doesn't, then what do I care? There's so many beautiful things out there. I can't be having eyes on things that is not for me. If I'm not invited, I don't go. That's how you should think. So you're a man, you're programmed, you're a heterosexual man, and you're programmed for procreation. So you obviously like pretty women. But there's so many beautiful women out there. That should not be your focal point. You should be focusing on what can you build with this partner, with this woman. Hmm? And focus on Capilano University. Actually, I used to teach there on the continuation education courses for a few years. Hmm. So you call the shots. You decide if your happiness and quality of a relationship is important, or the pleasure that you receive from the physical intimacy in that relationship. Yeah, because she already proved to you that beyond the physical, you know, excitement and so on, she doesn't have anything else that you can count on. So if you can't count on her being, wisdom, mentality, consciousness, quality of approaching life, resonation in life, then it doesn't matter how pretty she is. It's good for nothing. Shirin Isa. Shirin, don't forget, we need to know gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. I'd appreciate that. It gives us the demographics and helps us to know who is here. And MS Tree says, my mother always quoted, it's just as easy to love a rich man as it is to love a poor man. It's not. Hmm. Jitender Kumar says, hi, Mehran 26 India. Hello there. What are you guys doing up so late? In India, it's just about what, 5:30. I mean, so early, not so late. Or maybe it's time to go to work, huh? Is that why? I actually, when I decided to do a 1 hour unannounced live stream today before I go for my walk, I didn't think many people show up, at least not from India, because I said they're probably sleeping. But I'm delighted that you guys could make it. And don't forget to promote the channel, guys. I need help. We're going to weather and die. Nobody knows about this channel. I mean, compared to the numbers that I pay attention to other channels that don't really offer much, but we would expect to have more exposure. So I need your help to do whatever it is that you can do. Jitender says, I'm trying so hard to move on, but I'm not able to do it. Yes, you are able to do it. You know, you are not able to do it because you say you're not able to do it. Look, my hand on here. And I'm going to think, you can do the same. Put your hand here and say, my hand, in the palm of my hand, and all over the inside of my hand, is stuck with the strongest available glue in the world. It's one piece and stuck to my shoulder. I cannot move it because it's sewn in, it's stuck. There's no way I can move this. I cannot move this. As long as you keep saying, I cannot move it, you can't move it. But as soon as I say, I can, there it is. So when you keep saying, I can't move on, it just means that I've got the hots for her and my desire is still there, and I'm focusing on the desire rather than actually focusing on the power that I have to move on and make things happen. So I'm actually stopping myself from moving on because I say, I can't. That's on you, not on her, not on anything mystical. And it's not a divine deity that says, thou shall not move on. No, you can't. Hmm? All you have to say, fuck it, I can. It's very scientific what I just said, but never forget it. Okay. Shirin Isa says, I'm from Toronto. Oh, fellow Canadian. And it is 7:45 p.m. Yes, because it is 4:48 p.m. here in Vancouver. And my boyfriend, she says, and me and my boyfriend are currently watching you. Much love and thank you for the lovely advice. Well, thank you very much, Shirin and your boyfriend. Wish you well and continue watching. There are lots of good stuff on this channel. We have something around 3,000 videos. Pretty much anything you can think of under the sun after your breakup or about people who have broken up. We have a video on it. And there are about maybe 400 videos about the movement of the psyche, thoughts, consciousness, the relationship between the two, where thoughts come from, how are they born, how consciousness is put together, what about fear, desire, ego, what is mechanical process, what is order, and where does mind find security, how we find physical security. We talk about OCD, we talk about subsets of OCD, we talk about the role of neuroscience, neurosurgery, the experiments that the neuroscientists, such as Dr. Speary, Dr. Penfield, Dr. Owen, Dr. Leibet, Dr. Schwartz, we talk about discussions that are done on neuroscience of habit. We have lots of good stuff on this channel, but we just don't have the exposure that we hope to have. So if you guys have any ways to promote the channel on your social media or however it is, chat rooms, talk about it, please do. We need help before we wither and die. And I think this dog doesn't know we are having a serious discussion here. uh, so we have Deep Diver says, why does it take a man to lose a good woman to realize he loved her. It's for any human being. We mostly don't appreciate things until we lose it. So it's not about a man or a woman, it's just the human psyche. And we need to grow up and appreciate the blessings that we have when we have it, rather than when we see the vacuum of it and we don't have it. And then we say, oh, like a bicycle that it wasn't really working that well, but it was getting you here and there. And you constantly, instead of really fixing it or paying attention to it, or you know changing its parts and making it new, or paying more attention to its upkeep and maintenance, you constantly cursed it and didn't appreciate it until one day it was stolen. And then you said, now you're on foot and you don't even have the chance to fix all the things that you wanted to fix on that bicycle. Then you see how valuable that bicycle was. So why don't you guys treat each other like a stolen, like a lost bicycle before it's lost, and then get back to your life as strongly as you hope it to be after you lose something. And Sheena Isa sends us a love, and thank you for that. I must return the kindness. There it is for everyone. Um, we have Yashar Lari, 23 male Toronto. Oh my goodness, we've got some Torontonians here. Oh, Yashar Lari, 23 male Toronto with Shireen. We love your channel. Well, great. I love you guys too. I love anybody who loves my channel because love is good in any way, shape, or form. And thank you very much, Yashar. And thank you very much for Shireen. And thank you for your love and attention and participating in our live streams and enjoying the channel. And Vivek says, Mr. Meran, it may seem like a chat to you, but you have definitely improved my life ever since the breakup. And today, by reading my messages, you made me laugh. You're quite welcome. Says, I definitely meet you and pay gratitude in person. Wonderful. Hope you're safe and take good care of yourself and have a wonderful life ahead of you with the determination that you seem to have. And don't let these little things of relationship or this and that doesn't work turn to be the whole entirety of the experience of your journey of life. It's not. It's a fragment of the journey of your life. It's not the entirety of your life, regardless of how much you wanted it. Yeah. It's like a meal you have at lunchtime. Yeah. You're trying to have lunch and you're hungry. You're trying to have your lunch, and somehow something happens. A bird comes and get the lunch, or it falls on the floor from the table wherever you're eating, and you can't have it. Now, you can't turn that the whole process of eating and this life and nourishment is limited to this plate that just fell and is no longer available. You can't turn the whole existence, whole possibilities and opportunities of feeding yourself to this one plate. When you do, you're doomed because you really believe it, and then you go hungry forever while there's food all around you and opportunities all around you and better food all around you. But you close your eyes on it because you just think that was the only possibility. No, it's not. So don't turn. It's this lunch was a fragment of the number of lunches that you will have in your life. And that's how you should look at the relationship that doesn't work. If it works, perfect, great. Nurture it, take care of it, maintain it, and grow with it. But if it doesn't, the hell with it. It's not the end of the world. Next. I don't care how pretty she is. There is no shortage of beautiful women in this world. Have you not noticed? I walk from this side of the street to the other city. I fall in love 5 million times. I mean, give and take. So at least that's how it was when I was much younger. Not much different today either. So the opportunities, that's the point, is there. Do not shrink and sum up your life into one experience, good or bad, there are a lot more things out there for you to learn and accomplish. And go at it. Deep Diver says, thanks for answering. Welcome. And MS31 says, Duset Daram. Oh, thank you. That was in Farsi. How do you speak Farsi? Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Okay. And Dawn Johnson says, my wife of 2 years left me because of an argument that we had. That wasn't it. She's been planning to leave for a long time. That argument was the opening because she had no other excuses. But that could be, I got an excuse. I can leave on this basis. But she maybe had other reasons or no reason, but she had her own reason, independent from you. And he says, I was verbally bad in this argument. Ooh, okay, that's not good. She still loves me, but does not want to be in the relationship. She has already got a lot of her stuff out of the house. I ran into her today at a store where she walked with me for 45 minutes, shopping, being nice, friendly, somewhat flirty, and gave me a hug goodbye. However, she does not want me. Yeah, maybe she doesn't want you, but you're the father of her child. No? Don't you have children? Or maybe I read it wrong. Oh, 2 years. Oh, your wife of 2 years, not that you have a 2-year-old. Okay, my bad. So she wants to be on good terms. She doesn't want any animosity. She doesn't want any hatred. So that's how she's approaching you. And Dawn says she does not want me back and she already has an apartment set up for the end of the month. This breakup is making my heart feel like it's exploding. We were a blended family. Look, Dawn, don't be so naive. That wasn't because you were foul mouthed one night or one time in that argument. There could have been other reasons for a while, or maybe she simply changed her mind and she wanted to be single, or she has other plans for her life in the future that she couldn't see that leading to what she was hoping for, which is not a good thing for someone that you want to spend your life with if she's indecisive. She made a promise, she made a commitment. She comes in after 2 years, she wants to. Why? Because now she's had this. When she didn't have it, she wanted it. So she committed to it. But now that she has it, she wants to go and get something else because that means she's not confident enough to get the confidence from herself and her own accomplishments. She wants to get confidence from new events and attention of other people. And because she already has this, instead of building on it and working on it, she decides to go away. I don't know enough about you guys and what things went on between you two to make a real good discussion here. But from what I'm saying these things, but nevertheless, I cannot be, accurate due to lack of information. Um, Remember, guys, I have a site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com. You're always welcome to go on it, make an appointment. And if you make a 1 hour appointment, I will add another hour to it if you're a new client, and we'll have 2 hours to hash out and discuss, explore together what's concerning you on your breakups, relationship challenges, or some other issues that you might want to talk to me about. And that would be one-on-one on Skype, exploring what's concerning you. And I also do couple therapy if you guys want to discuss your relationships together, the two of you, and we will discuss it, or individually and then the two of you. That's also part of my programs. Um, let's see what we have here. Evolved says, "Hello again. I want to ask you, why is it hard to love oneself?" It's not hard. You just don't do it. Look, every night before you go to bed, go in front of the mirror, see something beautiful, hmm? See yourself. Look into the mirror, put your finger like this to the face in the mirror, and say, "You're a wonderful person. I love you. You're a good person. I love you. Continue being as wonderful as you are." And then go to sleep. The last thing that you want to be exposed to and be and express a certain kind of energy to yourself is this. And then go to bed, sleep. You will wake up. After a while, you will wake up with the same energy that you put into yourself before you go to sleep. And you start appreciating and loving yourself. This is not to make you jaded or make you selfish or make you self-centered or anything. It's just that something that you need every day. And if you're not getting it from your, partner or someone special, or from out there, you're not appreciating enough, appreciate yourself, because you're the center of your own universe. You're the one that makes everything happen. You're the one who fucks up everything or makes everything right. Appreciate yourself. Give yourself encouragement, courage, love, energy. And of course, meditate, learn meditation. We have the meditation styles here. Just go on my search engine, put in meditate, and you will see a bunch of things that we've done. Guided meditation on live streams. And you can do that and encourage more energy, flow of energy with the universal energy. And extend that to yourself through the mirror. You put your fingers out, extend good energy, and say, "I love you. You're a good person. I'm proud of you." And live up to it. Live proper and strong, and do your best for yourself and for others. Nova says, 21, male, Florida, USA. Just tried of the intrusive thoughts, and I wish it would stop. Nova, today we are not talking about OCD or intrusive thoughts. We're just talking about breakups and relationships. Britu Barua says, "Bye, Miran. It's time for some push ups." Okay, good. Yoga and pranayama is yogi breathing exercise. Good, good. Have a great day ahead. Love from Assam, India. Oh, thank you very much. And love from Canada, and Assam has got a special place in my heart because all the good tea that I drink is probably from Assam. Have a good day, Preetu. And MS31 says, "Meran is so sweet." Well, thank you. Well, okay then. I've got a big head now. Thank you for that. And Deep Diver says, "Why do many men avoid women they genuinely like? Because they're scared to be rejected. You know, sometimes you see a beautiful woman that, in fact, she's going out with someone who's really not as good looking as you are, not in shape as you are, not you know with means or wealth or anything, but she's going out with that guy, and maybe out of shape and all that. Why? Because she's so beautiful that nobody asks her out, because they're all afraid of being rejected. And so she also feels lonely. She wants attention. She wants love. So the first guy comes along that is really not, in her level. She says, "Okay, I'll go out." And then eventually, then she might get to like the guy, because then it's beyond the physical attributes, and she gets to bond unconscious level, and the guy might be actually a nice guy. And that's how it works. So don't be afraid of asking girls out. If you like them, go ahead. What's going to happen? Most going to happen, she says no. So what? You're a man. You're supposed to be used to being rejected. That's what we are. We're men. We get rejected and we're still okay. Bounce back and go on. All right. Noah says he's running from love. Should I run for him? Noah says, Noah, you're going right. I don't know what the beginning of this question is. Oh, I see. You're answering the deep diver. Yeah. Okay. And MS3 says, welcome. Okay. Thank you. And Evolve says, I guess that would be the last question. Says, do you believe love is found or love comes? Both. What's, in your opinion, the best way to attract love? First, you want to attract love, you got to know what love is. Second, you got to love yourself before you can give love to someone else. You got to be able to appreciate yourself, do the right thing for yourself, maintain yourself well, take care of yourself, and do your duties and responsibilities. That is how you can be proud of yourself, feel accomplished, and love yourself, feel confident. And then you can also do the same for the one that you actually care about. But you got to know what love is. Love is not that lust. Love and lust are different. That's the initial interaction, initial invitation towards that woman, or whatever, your man, woman, whatever your relationship is. So love is not that physical attraction. That's lust. That's how we're programmed to procreate and populate the world. That's how it's been for millions of years. Same thing with animals. They don't have love. They just, they do their business. So you got to understand what love is. Is it love? Do you love her? Or do you love what she does for you? Does she love you? Or she loves what you do for her? It's two different things. Once you get to know each other and spend time and understand each other's consciousness and try to resonate and become compatible on and bond on consciousness level and compromise and grow together and modify values and share values and genuinely understand these values, you modify the content of your consciousness. And then through time, you see the level of loyalty, unselfishness, the things you want to do for each other, how you treat each other, how caring you are for each other, how unselfish you are toward each other, and towards the responsibilities and duties and so on. And through that, trust is built. And through all that experience, you learn, ah, I love her. Hmm. But you see a woman in high heels and all dude up and say, I love her. That's not love. That's just the way you express your emotions of interest and excitement for intimacy and all the rest of it. So you got to understand what love is first, and then of course love yourself, and then of course you can give love to whomever it is that you love. Deep diver says, what if the woman shows her interest too? So still it's not love, it's interest, intimacy. She's interested to get to know you, to see who you are, how you behave, how you treat her. Women don't like men just exactly the way like men are attracted to women. We're mostly visual. We look at the fit body, great look. She took care of herself. She's classy. We're done. We think she's qualified in every other aspect, which is the mistake. But that's how we go. But women are more sophisticated. They want to see who you are, how you treat them, how you make them safe, how you make them feel good. And you're there for them. And all of that has a lot to. That's why it takes longer for women to fall in love than men. Men think they're in love, but they're in lust. And that's how it is. So it says, why do they try avoiding showing emotions? Well, because I guess uh, they don't develop emotions just as readily as we do, because our emotion is mostly sexual and based on physical needs. Uh, Theirs is mostly emotional, and then it can lead into the physical interpretations and you know the rest of it. And also, one more reason is that from the moment they reach a certain age, they're constantly getting attention from boys their own age, or when they're getting adult, from men, adult men at the appropriate age. So they're constantly being in their adult age being hit on, and attention is being given, interest is being shown. So to them, it's not an anomaly anymore. It's something that it's like having spaghetti every day. They don't value it much. So, oh, spaghetti, so you eat it. But if you haven't ever had spaghetti, or don't have it more than once or twice a year, when spaghetti is in the on the table at home or in the restaurant, you say, "Wow, my goodness, spaghetti! Oh, look at this!" You get excited, yeah. Women don't get excited because of the attention you're giving to them, because they get that attention every day for one reason or another from almost every kind of man out there, especially if they've got the looks, yeah, or they take care of themselves. For one reason or another, there's something about them that is sexy, and everybody pays attention to them. So to them, that attention is not the speciality, it's not the high point of that to encourage them to be interested in the guy. How the guy takes care of himself and manners and more is all important, but it takes a lot more than just the initial attention for them to begin to like someone. They got to know his consciousness. They got to know what he can do. They got to know what his brain is at, what his mind is at, what his intentions are, what his manners are, what his morals are, what are his plans for life. You know, they've got a lot more on their list than you have. You have only one, and that one covers makes her perfect in every way, shape, or form. Until later on, you find out, oh my goodness, that wasn't the case. I remember this is how most men are. I mean, at least I remember there was this girl, amazingly beautiful, probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. If I've seen a few, she was one of them. Everything: hair, nose, smile, eyes, hand, height, body, breast, everything. So I really would have liked to get to know her, but that was a long time ago. And because I have certain morals, she was married, so therefore I never approached or inclined or any approach of any kind. Just admired her in my mind. But she was in the same industry, and we talked once in a while, depending on if I would take clients there and so on. So 2 years passed, and one day she came to me and she said, I was there for some client stuff, and she said, I'm divorced now. Of course, in my mind, I said, hallelujah. But I said, oh, I'm so sorry about that. What can I say? So, and then, then, our conversation changed a bit. It became a little bit more relaxed, not so formal. And then I remember once I was sitting somewhere, and my son was very small, and he was playing in that play area, and she had a daughter, and apparently she was there. I noticed that she was there somewhere, but I was sitting somewhere and reading my book. So about 20 minutes later, I saw her come to me and said hello, and she said, eventually after greeting, she said, I want to give you my phone number. Maybe I should buy a lottery ticket today, because that's the chances are just as much. And I'm telling you, she was the most gorgeous girl that I had ever seen, or anybody could have ever seen. And so, okay, so I called her, and I thanked her and appreciated it. And I called her later, and we talked a couple times. And I asked her out, and she accepted. We were supposed to go for dinner, and I chose a nice restaurant, and then we planned to go to a movie. And I was beside myself that how fortunate a man can be. Is such a beautiful woman. Just everything about her was perfect. But this is the limitation of men because we don't see anything until we see it. So I picked her up. We went to this nice restaurant and we sat down. She ordered a glass of wine. The first word that came out of her mouth, I lost interest. 100%. I noticed that's not the girl I want to, want to pursue. Nothing, zero. And that's because I had never had the opportunity to see her energy on personal basis. It was always something that the barrier, I had kept the barrier because she was married. And but when the barriers were not there, her personality, the first word, I did not find it resonating with my values or expectations. So we finished our dinner. I, of course, was a gentleman, and we went to a movie. And she was very affectionate. But at the end of the movie, then when I took her home, I didn't even feel like kissing her cheek just to say thank you or something. It was just that's it. So what I'm trying to get at is that you guys, on an illusory basis, you create some kind of a goddess out of the woman that you seem she's beautiful, somehow beautiful to you. And you create this kind of a persona that then you get trapped into it because you've brainwashed yourself that she's perfect. That even when you see she's not in many different facets, you still continue believing, what if I'm wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. She's still perfect. No, you're not wrong. So you got to evaluate every once in a while, evaluate. And based on the reaction and interaction with each other, you always modify and update your information about each other. And then you decide if you're still compatible or not. All right. That was a long story. So hope you guys enjoyed it. uh, and Deep Diver says, what if okay, says, so you don't believe in love at first sight? No, no. I do believe lust at first sight for sure. But, and you may think this is love because you're willing to do anything and everything for that woman that you've fallen for physically. You just saw her, she's all dude up, meets your standards physically. And naturally, in our mind, we think that she looks good also means she's good in everything else that we might expect, which is not true. But for that reason, we think we're in love because we already qualified her in every aspect that we expect without knowing anything about her. But we gave her that credit, those qualifications, those criteria were all met. We feel she's perfect. That's our belief, not based on facts. Our belief, like anything else that you end up believing, once you believe, you don't need any evidence or any supporting facts. You just believe it. That's the end of it. Yeah. And that's the kind of a trap that we fall into by this, how we are put together. Evolve says, let me ask, attracting a bit more. What's the best way to attract a woman based on your preferences? Just be a gentleman. And if she's not attracted, you don't have to attract her. If she doesn't meet your standards and does not reciprocate your manners that you expect your woman to share, then that already tells you you don't have to pursue her because she's not compatible. So be yourself. Now, who you are is what you really expect her to be, pretty much, right? If she doesn't reciprocate to that, you don't have to change yourself just to catch her. It's not about hunting, it's about the right match. If the right match right at the beginning does not react or respond to your mannerism, obviously you're on best behavior, then that means that already is not, you're not supposed to be having a trick to go catch her, because that's not positive intention. You just want to catch her for intimacy, but that's lame. That's maybe for, when you're much younger and that's all you have in mind. All right. And Mustafa says, Salam, Salam Mustafa. And Aman says, why don't you name your channel as Internet Dad, as it'll cause more attention of people, because then it seems as mystery what is the channel's about, and becomes single name identity like brand. I know, but you know what? Many people may be at a certain age that they don't want to go on a channel that says Internet Dad. Maybe at your age, or up to maybe age 25, 26, 27, they may. But my demographic is from 18 to 34. And the Internet Dad may limit the invitation that I'm extending out to people older than 25, 26. So that has its own. But I could have different live talks under different titles. One could be Internet Dad, that could be different demographics. One could be breakups and relationships. The other one could be OCD and subsets of OCD, and so on and so forth. And MS Tree says, I love Meron's beautiful hands. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I ensure it now. I can, if want to, what? No disrespect intended. No, not at all. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. And Charles Montoya says Mehran helped me a ton after my divorce. His consultations are a tremendous help. Then it's up to you to do the work. Abstain from dating and from. Okay, all right. I guess everybody can read it. Um, Deep Diver says, can you have a sense of an overall knowing of a person's core characteristics on a soul level, like you said, on an energetic level? You feel the energy of people. It's very simple. When you become in tune with it, you feel energy of the people, and you get to know them better than you could get to know them from their words or their looks, because they could have a nice look, but their energy and intention is not visible through their words, but you can feel it when you're in tune with that energy. Hmm? So to a certain point, yes. Look, if you can create a certain kind of a state in you that is receptive and sensitive to reflect the quality of the energy that is extended outwardly by other people, whether they know it or not, then you will be able to see clear what cannot easily and clearly be seen on a normal basis. What I'm trying to say is that imagine a pond. Imagine a pond, and imagine it's nighttime. And imagine that this pond's water is wavy. There's kind of choppy. So in that state of the pond, choppy and movement of the waves and being a little bit stormy type, no matter how big the object is, even if the moon is shining, it cannot be reflected clearly on that water, and you cannot tell what it is. You can see some kind of light in the surface of the pond, but even if it's as big as moon, you cannot figure out what it is. Why? Because it's distorted. The choppiness of the waves doesn't let the reflection of the moon to be clear for you to recognize and distinguish what it is. But if the same pond is calm, perfectly calm, at that state, even a dashing bird not quite arrived on top of the lake, you can see its reflection on the lake. Hmm? That's pretty much how you want your mind to be, to have so little ripples in the surface of your consciousness, in the calmness of your real estate of your mind, that things that are extended outwardly and not visible to the naked eye, it can reflect itself through its energy in such a way that you can clearly see if that is a positive energy, positive person, worthy of your time and your interaction with this person, or not, based on what is being extended from them without them even intending it to or not. Because the energy from one end of the universe is always traveling to the end of the universe from all directions, here to there to there to there, here, up and down, left and right, all corners. So while it's moving, it's moving through entities that it's on its way. Everything has these energies pass through them. So whether a person wants it or not, there's an energy that enters him or her and exits. But when it enters that person, it changes its quality of the positive energy of the universe. In that person, if it's a negative environment, the energy changes to negative. And whether he wants it or she wants it or not, it's extended outwardly anyhow. And when it comes out, and if you have this calm surface of the water, and you're in tuned in that energy, you can see the quality of the energy because it's coming in and out of people anyhow. And when you can sense it, that is not a proper energy, proper person is not turning the energy that is flowing from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe and passing through this capacitor, this person, it changes quality to negative and you feel it. And some keep the positivity or change it if it's not even a clean energy, change it to a better quality of energy. You feel good to be around them. And that's the energy. And so in that way, you can figure out what you should or shouldn't do as far as the characteristics that you're asking. And thank you, MS3. And Mustafa says, I met this 19-year-old girl. Oh, no. I met this girl 9 years ago, got married after a few years, had a daughter, and then I found out she was in love with this guy. I went through a lot. We kind of worked through it and then got back together, but it was different. She was constantly complaining and never happy about anything. We got separated 2 years ago around COVID because I lost my job. I lost all interest in her, but now that I found out she is dating someone new, it's making me crazy. Why can't I move on? What bothers me the most is that the person that told me she loves me could so easily say the same to another guy. Yeah, so your ego is hurt that you're special, so if she loves you, she shouldn't love anybody else. Yeah, but that's not on you. That's on her. That's her shortcomings, not you. Hmm? Because if you have really enough confidence in yourself, like for me, talking about me or anybody else, this is what I think a person would be. If a person is really confident about himself and his choices, and therefore he's normally selfish to a normal level, and he thinks a lot about himself, which we all do. Therefore, when he chooses a woman, he believes that woman is the best of the best of the best in the world. Why? Because he believes he deserves the best. So whatever he has chosen or end up with, he thinks of her as the best of the best of the best. And if that's the case, then there's no need changing sides or changing mind, because he would always think of her the best because he thinks of himself the best. Therefore, he must have chosen the best. Therefore, she is the best. And if she is the best, he wouldn't have enough eyes on the others other than the lust that we all have on beautiful girls everywhere. But he wouldn't have enough eyes on somebody else to change this relationship or divorce her or leave her for somebody else because she already believes this is the best. And then when time passes and they actually exchange energy and interact on conscious level, both would then feel even closer, more connected. Now, when one doesn't have that kind of a confidence, that becomes her because she didn't think of you the best of the best after the initial time, not because you're not because anything short of you or less from you, is because she doesn't believe she's the best of the best. So she's in pursuit of changing you to somebody else in order to become and elevate herself because she can't elevate herself to a limit that she should by herself. So it's not nothing unto you. It's her shortcomings that devaluates anything that she has. That guy even is going to be devalued in her mind, and the other guy the same, because the source that is giving these values to you and that guy and that guy and that guy itself is not so valuable in her own mind. Because the source of value of other people is you. You are the one who's giving value to the others. Let's say you meet a girl and you love her or you think, oh, she's amazing. Why? The importance and value of other people or things is because of your need or desire for them. So the source of their importance is your desire. If you don't desire them, they have no importance. As I said before, an apple on its own, is it on its own that is so important? Or is it your hunger that makes the apple important? Hmm? The same apple, if you walk out of a restaurant that you just had a full tummy food with your friends, you walk out and you see an apple in one store, you don't care at all. The same apple that 2 days ago, when you passed by that store, you were hungry, you said, oh my goodness, apple is so amazingly wonderful thing to have. Because your need and desire for apple made the apple be so valuable to you. But now that you have no desire for it because you have full tummy, the same apple has no value. So the source of the value and importance to that girl that you think so highly of is your need and desire for her. Hmm? So if you don't have enough value for yourself, you can't give that much value to anyone else either. Pretty much. So she not being so confident herself, she's constantly trying to get this and get that and get that to be valuable, thinking that they're giving her value rather than, and because she doesn't have so much value for herself, eventually she's going to lose value for every one of them and constantly in pursuit of finding value for herself by switching and switching and switching and switching. I mean, that's one way of looking at it anyhow. And One says, hello, Meran. Just want to thank you for helping people with HOCD. You're quite welcome. Remember, we are not talking about HOCD today or OCD or any subset of OCD. We're just talking about relationships, breakups, and matters of that sort. Evolved says, Meran, have you heard about the law of attraction? Is it true that whatever we would like to have can happen, or do you believe we are limited relationship speaking? Well, it's two to tango. You can't just be walking around and see some beautiful girl and say, "Oh, I want her and I want her," and then you want to have her. You got to make efforts. You got to know what attracts her, and you got to turn yourself into that kind of a quality. And perhaps if the atmosphere is right to get to know each other, maybe. But no, I don't believe that is how it works. You can have the right intention and strive for what you want and have perseverance and go after what you want. Fine. But this whole law of attraction, it's supposed to give you enough confidence, motivation to go and get and prepare and make enough actions, preparations, and efforts to get what you want. Not that if you just sit down and say, hamburger, 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 and then hamburger is going to come here, law of attraction. No, you got to get off your ass, go store and buy meat and buy other goodies and come and prepare it, clean it, buns and things and sauces and whatnots, and create it, and then you'll have it. So the law of attraction is that your intention to get that, and then efforts to get it, and preparation to get it, and go get it, and put the work into it, and then you get it. Yes, that is, if that's the law of attraction, yeah, sure. But just sitting around and no, no, no. It's like praying only and not adding up to the work that it needs to bring that what you pray for come to fruition. Manny Zandu says, I'm male 20 and have been dealing with. Okay, today, Manny, we're not talking about HOCD. I have a video on that, what you're asking. You can watch it. But we're talking about relationships and breakups. It's only related to that today. Black Earth Production says, you just nailed it, man. What did I nail? This is damn devalued projections. Yeah. All right. Deep Diver says, great. Thanks a lot. By the way, I'm female. Oh, okay. All right. You should have said that earlier. That's why I have this criteria. Everybody should let me know gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. Damn it, Deep Diver. You're not so deep. Come up for air. And Mustafa says, wow, thank you so much. I've been trying so hard to contact you. I'm so happy that I could catch you live. You've been so helpful this past few months to get me through this. Mercy. You're quite welcome, Mustafa. But just remember, guys, your duty or your whatever death to this channel doesn't end here. I need exposure. So bloody hell, talk about it in chat lines. Share the videos you like on social media. The the kind of videos that you like, choose those and promote it, and let people know. We are invisible on YouTube. I mean, after 9 years, I only have 23,000 subscribers. Guess what? There are people who are on this channel and they talk on the same topic, but pretty much nonsense and unhelpful, as thousands of you have told me that you've tried other channels and so on. But they have 3, 4, 500,000 subscribers. Why? Something they're doing right. Definitely is not the content, but something else that I'm missing. So perhaps you guys can figure it out and help out. And of course, some of the other channels who still don't have the content as we do have here, as you all have said, are women, and they're good looking women. So I can't compete with them. Naturally, many guys go watch what they say. So that's understandable. But still, because of the content that we have, we deserve to should have had, I don't know, 1 or 2 million subscribers by now. But somehow we don't. So if you guys can come up with some kind of a plan or efforts, do it. I cannot get it any better without your help. Uh, Rockin' Doc says good evening and good afternoon. Nicola says 35 male USA. Hello, Nicola. Evolve says so it's all about working hard. No, it's a combination, not just working hard. Also have the good intention, good mood, good efforts, and positive energy while you're doing it. Do it with care. Do it with attention. Learn it. Better yourself. Improve yourself. All of that is part of it. All bring that expertise in all directions, mentally and physically, and know-how and technique and all that technology and so forth. It says, or is there a way living life without feeling like you're working so hard and stress? Stress is the most. So, no, 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 no. You gotta have a balance, flexible at the same time tough. Like a samurai sword, you can't have a only one alloy that is hard because that breaks very easy. But if you combine the alloy when they make the samurai sword with the softer metal and the hard metal in the center, then you have the flexibility and the power at the same time. So it has to be spiritual readiness and efforts and technology and knowledge and education and intention and energy and perseverance and efforts, and then you get what you want. That's how the law of attraction works. Not on sitting on our asses and just hoping, okay, I won $1 million in the bank. So where is it? All right. Deep says, actually, I mentioned in another live of yours, I'm female, but probably you don't recall. Of course not, Deep Diver. For heaven's sake, I mean, do you really think that I remember everybody's gender and age and where they tuning in from? That's why I ask, please, every time that you guys show up, give me the info, throw me the bone. And not just every time that you guys show up in a different live stream, also every question that you answer or comment that you make, just the three little codes. M or F, depending on what your gender is, whatever, however you signify your gender, and then age and where you're tuning in from. That helps me a lot. And anyhow, thank you for being here, Deep Diver. And I couldn't know that you're a female, and I didn't know you were a man. But I don't know, Deep Diver. It could be anything. Could be a turtle, for God's sake. I don't know, Deep Diver. So. um Gaming and writing says, it's very nice to have contact with you. I'm from Colombia, 27-year-old. I broke up with my girlfriend 2 years ago because she became very distant with me without an apparent reason. 1 year rejecting. Okay. It's 2 years gone. Why are you still sticking on to her? You should have moved on. Whether you have a girlfriend or not, your mind should have moved on by having created new mechanical processes. In other words, things that you like to do during the day to accomplish things and learn things and create new routine. And through that routine, you will create a new order. When you create that new order, then mind finds security in the order. When you broke up with her, the order that you guys had set up was broken. So your mind became insecure and going here and there. Instead of creating new mechanical processes, bringing about a new order in your life, to have your mind rest in that order, that routine of life, you've been constantly thinking about her, not creating an order. And that's why you're still stuck on her. That's why your mind wants the order but can't find the order because you haven't created a new one through new processes, new mechanical process. So where does it go to find the order? Your mind goes into the memory because in the memory there's a recording of the order that existed when you were with her. And in that order that the mind finds in the memory, it finds its security. So it lingers there. While it's lingering there and feeling secure, she's also in the memory. And then you constantly are renewing her memory and the things you did and so on and so forth. And through neuroplasticity, which means by constantly remembering something, you become really good at remembering her and not forgetting her. How can you forget her when you're constantly remembering her? And you're remembering it because your mind is not feeling secure. It doesn't have, because you don't have a new order. It goes into the memory to find the order. In the memory, she's there. So you constantly are enforcing thinking about her. And that's why you're stuck. All right. Vivek says Mr. Meran needs search engine optimization so that when people search for breakup help and your site shows up, and if the word breakup has search volume of 10,000 per month, you got visitors who need help, hence business and promotion. Yeah. So I'm actually having a chat with a promoter or planner for public relations tomorrow. I don't know how much it's going to cost me, probably arm and a leg. I hope not because I can't afford it. But I'm trying to get that. And these optimization, my brilliant programmer is from UK and he's very busy right now, but he's to get back to me, I think within a month, I believe, and start redoing and doing lots of things on the site and making it to be what it's supposed to be. And hopefully that will help out. But in the meantime, I cannot do any better in any shape or form than you guys helping out and promoting the channel, however you can do that. Gambling and gaming and writing, gaming and writing says, with me, I can't seem to move on. Yes, when you say you can't, then you won't. But if you say I want to and I can, then you will. You'll find a way. Deep Diver says, got it. Will do. Thank you. Much love. And let me know where you tuning in from. I still don't know that, or maybe I forgot. Rock and Doc says my ASL above. What is ASL? I've been single for a year from my ex. With that being said, I thought I was over it. However, recently we got in scuffle over SMS about unresolved, and it didn't end with closure. You don't need closure, just move on. That's closure. If you want to wait for everything in life to be smooth and lovey-dovey, closure, you're hanging on to close everything. Just leave the doors open, just leave the house. Go go about your building another one. I see what you're saying. But, if it's not happening, it's not happening. You made an effort, so maybe in the future. He says, all my feelings from years ago came back to me at once. Yeah, that's what it happens because all the files, all it needs to be triggered. The cursor goes on it, all the files come in a nanosecond. And the brain has a capability of refreshing all that, which is bothersome. It's disturbing me with my sleep, diet, and well, then, you're in command. Command it not to be affected by it by saying, fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to eat. I'm going to nourish myself. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to do what it takes because by sitting on my ass, she's not going to feel, oh, he needs help. Let me go help him. Let me make things smooth. No, you're responsible for your happiness and for your balance, not her. Don't expect her. Don't blame her. Blame you. Get off your ass and go and make life happen. Don't let life happen to you. Happen to life. Get off. getting upset. Let me write your name on the ugly stick, etch it out, so it will come and visit you at one time or another when it's easy to travel and they don't stick something up your nose. Until then, I'm not traveling. All right. Evolve says now, this will sound a bit funny. Bear with me, Mehran. For some reason, I feel more happy acting more like a man or having a more masculine male 21 USA, by the way. But if I goof off and act feminine, I feel bad. I don't get it. Why should you act feminine? If you're a man, you act how you act. Um, MS3 says, I'm 60 US, fascinated by this channel, and would be happy in a cave making unleavened, unleavened, roti, roti bread in a cave. Don't judge me by capitalistic standards. No, not at all. With honey or stevia, not sugar. Yeah, that's good. Not sugar. Not sugar, not stevia, nothing. Nothing sweet. Vivek says search engine optimization from India is the best and cheapest. I'm an SEO. All right, Vivek. I guess we can talk about it. But let me figure out when my programmer is going to do something, or is it going to interfere or not. So perhaps we will chat at one time. Uh, Gaming and writing says, one last thing, please. She's always giving me mixed signals, telling me she loves me, but never doing anything to be back with me. Then just ask her when she says she loves you. So, what does that mean? What do you expect from me to do when you tell me you love me? And she says nothing, says, okay, then nothing. Then don't tell me you love me, because that's confusing for a man. I'm a man. And you tell me you love me, then my imagination goes where love takes me, which goes into being together, doing things for you, you're doing things for me, and intimacy and all that. That's what it means. You can't just tell me I love me like I tell my buddy, I love you, man. That's not how it works. When you girls tell us I love you, we go whole, ho hum. So, love me. Wow, I've been waiting for that, because that means totally different. Right? So, point blank, tell her, talk to her like that. Just show her this part of the video. All right. Rock and Doc says, many thanks. You're welcome. Deep Diver says, you will have a great laugh and probably remember if I tell you, tuning from end of the thigh. No kidding. You no kidding. You're from Tehran. Oh, my love, my darling. Where are you? Tehran, where I grew up. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I haven't been there for 42 years. I haven't been there for 42 years. Last time I was there, I was 24 years old. First, I left when I was almost 18, not quite 17 and almost 18. I went to university and said, my dad sent me to university in the States. Then when I finished, I went back to Iran, went to military, and I became a second lieutenant in the infantry division. That was a special program for the people who had their university figured out. Then 9 months after the revolution, I left, 1979. That was the last time I saw Iran, Tehran. Yeah. So just saying that, it brings me so much closer to, to this whole conversation with you. And so interesting. But tuning in from end of the thigh, what does end of the thigh means? End of the thigh. End of the thigh is either this side is the knee and the other side is, you know, somewhere else. I don't think that's what you mean. So, anyhow, anyhow, uh, and MSC say the Keshwari from there. Okay. Vivek says, "Oh, I would do it for free, Mehran, but that's my suggestion because I know digital marketing business. Wonderful, wonderful. I sure need that help. And if my beloved programmer is going to be busy, I have to do something because I really believe in his work and his knowledge, and I just hope that he will have enough time for me to get this thing rolling." Guys, it's 1 hour and 57 minutes. It was supposed to be 1 hour. It's almost 2 hours now. So it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. It's time for me to go for a walk before it gets too dark. And I look forward to talk to you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe another day, and different title. I'm not sure. If not, if I didn't have the chance or time, then next Saturday, as usual, 1 p.m. Vancouver time and possibly 9 p.m. Vancouver time. In the meantime, don't forget, you can talk to me on Skype via my site, mind@seekstruth.com. Make an appointment. If you're a new client, you make 1 hour appointment. I'll add another 1 hour to it, and we'll have 2 hours to discuss and explore together what's concerning you one on one on Skype. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got it, deep diver. All right. Good. Okay. Again, love you all. Look forward to talk to you again. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.